New this morning, cleanup begins around the Chattahoochee Valley area. Plus, today is the grand opening of Georgia's newest resort. Logan is there live. And what is next for the city's mayor-elect? All these stories and much more coming up right now as the news starts.
On your side, this is News 3 This Morning.
Good morning, everyone. Taking a live look at the Phoenix City Amphitheater camera. It is 6 o'clock Eastern and 5 o'clock Central on this Thursday morning. We're so glad to have you waking up with us here at News 3. Good morning. Welcome to News 3. I'm Greg Lloyd. Tila Stahl has the day off.
I'm Jeff Kelly. We have still additional rain coming down this morning. It's not as thick and hard as it was yesterday, but it's still potent out there for this morning. We had 3 3/4 of an inch of rain yesterday, a new record for Columbus, and some areas got up to 7 inches. So saturated ground again for.
Okay, Jeff, thank you very much. Well, in the headlines this morning, the mayor-elect of Columbus discusses his victory and plans to move forward. Plus, some people are talking about the NFL's new national anthem policy. We start this Thursday off with your eye-opener. Top stories. Topping the headlines on this Thursday, cleanup begins for some as torrential rain and flooding had a major impact on roadways and families throughout the Chattahoochee Valley area and the plains. We have a recap on some of the areas hardest hit by Wednesday's storms. Many Lee County residents woke up to downed trees and flooded roadways Wednesday after receiving as much as 6 inches of rain. On Lee Road 687, the flash flooding caused the ground to erode from one bridge, leaving 9 to 12 families stuck. Families do have access to a boat, but driving, that's out of the question. One man did try to drive yesterday, and his truck took a nose dive into that hole you see there, but luckily he's expected to be okay. We spoke with Kathy Nelson of Lee County EMA, and she has advice on road safety.
Never drive into floodwaters because you have no way of knowing what is underneath that water. And it doesn't take much water to, and here we go with the rain again, it doesn't take much water to wash a road out and you can't even tell.
You should also know that the Georgia Department of Transportation has closed or detoured several bridges in Harris and Muskogee counties until those bridges can be inspected or repaired. Now, for a full list of those closures, you can visit our website, WRBL.com. Speaking of Harris County, road crews there have been working around the clock to get the roads back to normal as a result of all that heavy rain. Wednesday's massive flooding there affected multiple places. One area largely impacted is the Standing Boy Bridge on Highway 27 in Catala. Crews with the Georgia Department of Transportation say the bridge suffered significant damage. According to the Harris County Emergency Management Director, no injuries have been reported. We're told repairs to the damage will take a while, especially to the bridge, and the damaged part of Highway 27 is expected to be closed for several days. WRBL News 3 is your local election headquarters, and Skip Henderson is the next mayor of Columbus. He won the election with 56% of the vote, avoiding a runoff. Henderson spoke to News 3 about the transition from longtime city councilor to the Fountain City's mayor-elect.
It gives you an opportunity to work with the outgoing administration, and Mayor Tomlinson's been terrific. She has actually already reached out and offered to meet with me to try to make sure we have a smooth transition for the community. So we'll be meeting with people within the government and strategic partners throughout the community just to make sure we hit the ground running.
Now, to see all of the election results for local and state races, visit WRBL.com. For more than a year, it's been high anticipation lingering in our community over a much anticipated attraction expected to bring guests the world over. Great Wolf Lodge opens today in LaGrange, and News 3's Logan Wilbur joins us now from the Great Wolf Lodge with details on that opening. Good morning, Logan.
Good morning, Greg. As you said, I'm here at Great.
Thank you so much, Logan. We'll check back in with you later. Well, there's much more to come on News 3 this morning, but first, as we head to break on this Thursday, here are 3 more things you need to know. Well, good morning to the Valley and the Plains and everyone who's watching. We're so glad you're with us. This is a live look at the 13th Street Bridge here in Columbus. Lots of traffic getting out as people start their Thursday mornings off. And we're so glad that you're starting your Thursday morning, a portion of it with us at least. Welcome back to our second half hour of News 3 This Morning. I'm Greg Lloyd. My partner, Tila Stahl, has the day off. This morning, we begin with a tragic story in Eufaula where a family is mourning the loss of a 2-year-old who was hit and killed Wednesday by a car. Eufaula police say the child ran out into the street and was struck by that car. Eufaula Rescue transported the victim to the hospital where he was pronounced dead. No charges are expected to be filed. Officials say that they ask everyone to keep the families of those involved in the crash and the attending first responders in your thoughts and prayers. Making news this morning, the LaGrange Police Department is issuing a warning about rabies safety. That warning comes after officials say a rabid raccoon attacked a family dog earlier this month. Officials say the dog did not survive. Now police want everyone to beware and use caution where wild animals are concerned, especially if they come unnaturally close to people or homes. Officials say if the wild animal is acting strangely, don't try and pet it. You should stay away from it. Across America this morning, veterans will now have more freedom to see doctors outside of the Veterans Affairs health care system. The Senate overwhelmingly passed the legislation Wednesday. It will allow veterans to seek care from a private position with the approval of a VA health care provider. Vets can also seek care in the private sector when they experience long wait times or if treatment is not at the level expected. The bill now heads to the president's desk, who is expected to sign it. A right to try bill is also headed to President Donald Trump's desk this morning. The House voted in favor of the legislation on Tuesday. The Senate passed it last year. Proponents say the bill will give terminally ill patients a way to seek potentially life-saving experimental treatments that aren't fully approved by the FDA. Trump is expected to sign that measure into law as well. Congress passed a bill Tuesday requiring credit reporting agencies to allow you to freeze your credit for free. Placing a freeze on your credit prohibits agencies from releasing your information to creditors until you lift that freeze. That can cost anywhere from $2 to $10 or perhaps nothing at all, depending upon what state you live in. The new bill forces Equifax, Experian, and TransUnion to let you create and lift freezes as many times as you like at no charge to you. After President Trump signs that bill into law, it will take about 4 months for it to be implemented.
All right, good morning to you.
Now to your morning rush, all the news and weather you need before you head out the door. This morning cleanup continues around the Chattahoochee Valley. Torrential rain and flooding had a major impact on roadways and families throughout our area. Many Lee County residents woke up to downed trees and flooded roads Wednesday after receiving as much as 6 inches of rain on Lee Road 687. The flash flooding caused the ground to erode from under one bridge, leaving 9 to 12 families stuck. In Harris County, road crews are working around the clock to get roads back to normal as a result of the heavy rains. Wednesday's massive flooding in Harris County affected multiple places, such as Standing Boy Bridge on Highway 27 in Catala. Crews work with the Georgia Department of Transportation, and they say that the bridge suffered significant damage and that parts of Highway 27 are expected to be closed for days as that repair is made. Skip Henderson is the next mayor of Columbus. He won the election with 56% of the vote, avoiding a runoff. Henderson spoke to News 3 about the transition from longtime city councilor to the Fountain City's mayor. Henderson says he's meeting with the previous administration, Mayor Tomlinson, and will hit the ground running. Today, San Francisco 49ers linebacker and Alabama native Reuben Foster will be allowed to return to his team now that a judge dismissed the 2 felony domestic violence-related charges against him. Last week, Alyssa Ennis told the judge that she made up the story because she was angry after she broke up with Foster. This morning, a Eufaula family is mourning the loss of a 2-year-old who was hit by a car and killed on Wednesday. Eufaula police say the child ran out into the street and was hit. Eufaula Rescue transported the victim to the hospital where he was pronounced dead. No charges are expected, but community members ask for your continued prayers. The LaGrange Police Department is issuing a warning about rabies safety. It comes after officials say a rabid raccoon attacked a family dog earlier this month. Officials say the dog did not survive. Now police want everyone to beware and use caution when wild animals wander unnaturally close to their homes or to people. AAA says prices at the pump will be higher than ever for Memorial Day weekend, at least since 2014. The national average for a gallon of gas sits at around $2.93. That's up 50 cents from the last 3 years, and prices, unfortunately, are not expected to fall in the summer months. AAA predicts most states will eclipse the $3 mark within the coming weeks. All right, Jeff, thank you. And we want to thank you for making News 3 a part of your morning. CBS This Morning is next.